friends, it's Nancy, and it's Tuesday, so that means it's time to shake out the trash. So I'm just teasing you with my Anne of Green Gables cover that isn't quite done yet. Lots of work to be done yet on this. There was a whole lot of airspace going on in the spine, so I'm working on that. Because of the organizational challenge with my desk, I had quite a bit more stuff than usual. So I actually started taping a video this morning, and most of it turned out to be just me sorting things. So I sorted and put away stuff I wanted to keep. Oh, with the hair in my ink. And I did make a few things, so I'll just quickly show you what I made. So I had this receipt for April 5th, 1929, and it was pretty brittle, and it had a carbon back. So I glued it to some paper. I stitched in some scraps of an old ledger, and being as brittle as it was, I had to put some washi tape on it. So I'm just going to stick it under my mat to flatten for a while. I had some more leftover card scraps of come on, Nancy, get it together, collage. So I put little acetate windows on them to store little pieces of ephemera in. So I think I made 13 pieces. Actually, this one and this one have glassine on them, and the other 11 have acetate and various sizes. I prepared 2 tags. This is from leftovers from my farm journals. So all of the collage on these are from an old farm newspaper magazine. So I prepared them for something, but I'm not sure what. And I wasn't sure what side I wanted to use, so I haven't glued down the tea-dyed paper for journaling yet. So those will go back into the box, the meatball box. This is a little journal card that I made. I had been hanging on to these little flowers with these little gold beads on it. I should stand up, make sure that I'm actually in camera. So I just collaged on a piece of paper and some little cutouts and these little flowers, and put some tea-dye paper on the back, did a little stitching. This was actually a page from a stamp stock book, and I cut it in half, and I made a tag from it before, but I still had this half left over. So I just put a little bit of a collage here using some pieces of paper that were in my meatball box, and inked it up and put a little slot. And on the back, in order to cover up these brads, I just glued on some of this paper measuring tape. So I think that's what I got done. And here's what I got left to work with. So these little chunks of paper, okay, these were cut from a card. There's these 6 little pictures. So it had 3 with leaves and 3 with butterflies and flowers. I'm going to put the leaves aside for now. We'll use them for a different project sometime. And I had this leftover paper from last week's Take Out the Trash. So I'm just going to grab a piece of paper, get a little ink going. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Today's my last day of Christmas hauls, so back to the grindstone tomorrow. Of course, we're working from home now, and the Ontario Premier gave a little speech today to tell us we're basically in lockdown again. He called it a modified stage 2. But whatever. Just using a little bit of this glue to hold it down. So I used my X-Acto knife to fussy cut this little paper clip thing. Forgot to ink this. And these two other parts. I cut the gold window off that one, but I'm not. I'm going to leave the window on this one. Well, not window, but frame. You know what I mean. Got a new clampy thing for my camera. My son ordered it from Amazon for me. So I'm hoping that's going to be sufficient for my purposes. So far, so good. Oh, I want those black dots to show. Yeah, anyway, Premier made an announcement today. No more indoor dining, gyms are closed, schools are closed. Not that any of this really affects me. I mean, I already knew I was going to be working from home for the time being. We haven't been into a restaurant for some time. Okay, so I also had these. So when I'm ripping the opposite direction, see if I like it better. I think I do. I think I do. Cold day today. I think it was minus 14 overnight or something. I don't know. I never went out. No need for me to go out. Went to the massage therapist yesterday. It was really kind of slick out there, but I don't know. It was worth it. Got a few groceries so we could make some comfort food. I made a big pot of stew tonight. One of my favorite things to make. It just takes a couple minutes to whip together, and then I toss it in the oven and it's on its own. I think I like it like that the best. Okay. I have this red one left. These were pieces from a card as well. I have a huge pin board next to me. And it was time to clear off the pin board and reorganize that as well. So some of the cards and things I recycled to do collages on. You know, my text paper collages that I make my bobbins out of. And some I like the pictures or the patterns. So they get to become something else. So this card I think came from Tammy, and this card I think came from Alice. So if you recognize it, that's why. Like that. Excuse me, got the hiccups. I have to hold my breath. Oh, I've got this in the wrong one. Yep. I don't think I inked that. I was thinking about holding my breath so my hiccups would go away. Okay. So I'm going to add some stitches to these 3 pieces, but I will put them aside right now so I can keep working. I've got this little fussy cut. I just want to take out some of the white. Yeah, I had a lot of extra stuff in it was definitely overflowing the meatball box because of the desk cleanup. I had a text from a friend tonight. Have some fabric and have some wallpaper that you might be able to use. No, thank you. I'm organizing. Can you believe that? I said no. Catherine and I had a FaceTime craft appointment this afternoon because I needed her assistance with sorting out how I was going to do that spine, and I wanted it to sort of look like the spine she did on Mrs. Cratchit. So we had a visit and craft this afternoon until batteries ran out. I don't know what I'm going to do with my student. I texted her today and told her to stay home and that we'd talk tomorrow about what the plan looks like going forward. So I guess I'll have to give her some kind of a research project or something. I don't know. It's not like she can shadow me or see clients. Oh, I can't either. tough way to learn. Been so busy today. Strip bed, laundry. Vacuuming, cleaning. Gotta get everything done before it's back to work. Woohoo! I think that's probably good. One more. Okay. So I've got this envelope. It says, by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, Stationers, Frank Smithson, London. I have no idea where this came from, but it was too good not to use. It'll make a great pocket. So I thought, put this great blue flower on there. Yep, that'll do. There we go. Dirty up some of the creases. That looks good. Okay. Now, I have this. So I've got this library card. I know I got this in Happy Mail. So I'm going to make a card out of this. So I have this is just a leftover card, some packaging. So I cut it a bit so it would be framed on there. And I have some fabrics and I thought, oh, I was going to do these ones, these pinks and sort of caramely flavors, but now that I look at it, I had pulled out these yellows and blues too. Because it says the date due is in blue. So I think I will do that. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting fussy. Okay. Okay. Don't you go anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to put some stitches around that and then stitch it to this card. Just put that aside. And then I've got this, and I want to make like a topper for a journal. This is also a card. It has pansies. We like pansies. So I'm gonna grab some paper here. Oh. Dictionary page. I'm looking for a piece of music paper. Not seeing one handy there, so I'll grab one from over here. No, I don't want that dark. Sorry, I'm just looking for the right color. Okay, I think this will do. How big is this? That's a smidge over 3 by 5. Just make sure I'm in camera. Oh yeah, I'm all right. Okay, so this is pretty white. So I would like to give it a little color around the edge with this antique linen. Okay. I wonder if this is an old ink pad. I like that. I'm going to have to take about 1/2 inch off the top. Looks good. So don't overlook things like greeting cards. Little scraps of fabric, they can certainly add a lot. This will also need a few stitches. All right, so I'm just going to pause for a minute and do some stitching on these pieces, and then I'll come back and show you what I came up with. Okay, so this is all the pieces I got done today, just using scraps that made their way to the meatball box. So I made this tag out of a postage stamp stockbook, made these little ephemera folders using acetate and chunks of collaged card, made this journaling card, completed this journaling card. I'll probably put a tab on it later. Showed you these two tags earlier. This will be, you know, maybe a title page or the front of a journal. Here's a little pouch that I can use for a journal. These are just pieces that will go into my collage box right over here. And here's 3 little matching decorations clusters. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me. And now that I've let the genie out of the bottle about Anne of Green Gables, hopefully we'll get some time tomorrow to work on that. Take care. I'll talk to you again soon.